Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Vanzant, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all. Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio.
What's good, beautiful people?
This is the Storm Warning Show.
What's going on, man? This is Storm Warning Show. Tonight, WBKS1.com. You already know what it is. Let's clap it up. She get it together. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. Storm Warning Show. We're going to talk about some things tonight. We got some amazing guests. I just got to let this rock out for me. I just like everything the person is singing. You hear that? BKS1. I like that.
You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1Radio.com. You're listening to the Storm Warning Show at BKS1Radio.com. Turn the radio up.
Let that rock. Let that rock. You know you at the Storm Warning Show.
BKS1. BKS1Radio.com. Turn the radio up.
We're going to talk about some things tonight, people, so get ready. Clap it up. Welcome everybody to the Storm Warning Show, the official Storm Warning Show. I am Storm Norm the General. Shout out to you all. And it's my partner right here.
Hurricane Kiss, good evening.
In the building. Clap it up for yourself, Hurricane Kiss. In the building. We always do double duty on Thursdays. You know what it is. You know what it is. But we got some great guests in the building. They're going to talk about some things. And we got some topics that we're going to, oh, trust me. When you hear the topics that we discussed tonight, either this is going to help somebody or expose somebody. One or the other. It's either going to help somebody or expose somebody. So trust me, you're going to want to tune in, share this out. Shout out to everybody watching us live right now on YouTube. We are live right now on YouTube. We are live right now on the mother site, WBKS1.com. And also, we are live right now on that TuneIn app on Twitter. And guess what? We are live on Facebook. Shout out to my Facebook people. Let me get some love. Shout out to Melissa Brown on the check-in. Pie Lady on the check-in. Shakisha Baker on the check-in. Sandy B, what's up, baby, on the check-in. Sunshine Hunter on the check-in. What's up, Sunshine? Shawanda Ward on the check-in. Shout out to Denise Sparrow on the check-in. My dude, Steve Davis on the check-in. Shout out to
Julius Gray.
Julius Gray on the check-in. Steve Irwin on the check-in. Alicia Mitchell on the check-in. Baina, hey Baina, what's good? Shout out to my man Milkbone on the check-in. Glenn Gray on the check-in. Gray and G, what's good? Tracy Stephanie on the check-in. Shout out to everybody trickling in. Melissa Brown on the check-in. Shakar on the check-in. And everybody, peace, love, and all of that. Now, let's get this Storm Warning Show popping. Now, one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is, before we bring on our guests, one of the things we're going to discuss is, did you ever do something bad out of revenge to get back at someone? Did you ever do something bad out of revenge to get back at someone? And shout out to our super intern, Sammy
Santana.
Yeah, Sammy Santana, that gave us that topic to discuss. We're going to keep it 100 tonight and transparent on the man. I'm on the Storm Warning show. So I do too many shows. I was about to say the Man Cave.
Man Cave.
That's the morning show. Now, but we got some great guests in the building.
Yes, we do.
And first of all, great dude. I've known this brother for a minute. Shout out to Bernal Harrison on the check. Can we clap it up for Bernal? He's in the building, and he's going to introduce his guests, and they're going to talk about what they're doing. They're always doing great things. He's always doing great things for the city of Plainfield, the kids, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's going to discuss some things he's doing first before we go heavy into these topics. Yes. Oh, we going heavy tonight. I know right now before me, I have the historic Queen City Walk Run for Life.
Yes.
All right. 8th annual 5K walk run. Bernal, say what's up to the world. You on the Storm Warning show? You know how we do it, bro.
On the BKS1 radio.
Good morning. Good evening.
Good evening.
I did the same thing, bro. I did the same thing.
Good evening.
Now, just tell everybody what you've been up to, what you've been working on, and who's our guest here.
Well, I've been up to a whole lot. Just won Union County Volunteer of the Year, Plainfield Volunteer of the Year by Municipal Alliance. So give it up to Plainfield. It's a Plainfield thing, and my partners, Officer McNeil, Officer James, Officer Carter, putting this thing together for the community. And so we got the next event. We got the 5K walk run coming up October 13th. It's the 8th annual. And sitting next to me is a man that is my mentor, Daryl Clark. You know, very distinguished, very accomplished gentleman who I patterned myself after. So without further ado,
talk to us, sir.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here.
Yes. Introduce yourself to the world.
My name's Daryl Clark, and I'm a resident of Plainfield and an advocate for the community. And you know, my support and love and advocacy for this community didn't start with the 5K, but it's pinnacled into this. So I'm looking forward to getting into some dialogue about what it is, how it happened, and where we're looking forward to go.
Okay. And I know also too there's a play going on too, right, for Emerson School, at Emerson School?
Yeah, there was a play called The Proclamation.
Okay. I got the wrong. You sent me the wrong information. I got The Princess and the Frog, bro. I don't know where that came from, but go ahead.
Written by Miss Muhammad at Emerson School.
Okay.
You know, and it's a great play, Miss Hackett. It's a great play. They do an excellent job there with the children. You know, most of the schools here do an excellent job, but I had the honor of having a part in the play, so I intermingle with the children. It's the best thing that you can do.
Yeah, you're a good actor, man. You're a good actor. I seen your skills.
I got it from you, brother.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, bro. Anyway, so now going back to this, man. So when I see this historic Queen City Walk Run for Life, 8th annual 5K walk run plus 1 mile from what? Let me tell you, I could walk a half a mile and then that's all I got.
Right?
That's all I got. Now, what do they need to do to enter this? How could they register with this? Just tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, it's a few ways you could do it. You could go to our blog website, which is plainfieldwalkrun.com, and there's an online link where you can register online. You can also go to the annex, City Hall Annex, and they have applications there. You can pay by check.
Okay.
And also online, if you don't want to, when you go to the www.walkrun.com, you can download a hard copy and just mail it in. You know, some folks just don't want to do the online thing.
Okay.
So you can mail it in that way. I just want to thank you all for letting us come on and do this and give a shout out.
I know this man for so many years. When he said no on my name, I'm like, okay, right. He'll rarely hear a no from me.
Yeah.
We got a caller. Caller from the 908. State your name when you're calling from. You're on the Storm Warning Show with Hurricane Kiss and Storm Norm. What's up? Caller 908. Going once. Going twice. Okay, you're going. All right. You can call back if you want to call back. The phone number is 646-233-1302. Storm Warning Show. You already know what it is. So we're in the building right now with Officer Burnell Harrison. I know him as Burnell. I think he's here as he's not here as an officer tonight. He's like, so don't ask me no crazy questions. No, but just tell me a little bit more about what you're doing, man. What's going on? Because I know when you hit me up, you mentioned several different things, whatever that you've been involved in. And
I mean, I just want to. I was on patrol. They said there was a 5K walk run. I was a runner growing up. I helped facilitate the route and took a lot of pride in it. I seen how well it was run. I met Daryl. I met Peyton Hines, Coach Ruth Wright, and all the good people that was Sid Howard. That was a part of it, and I said I want to be a part of it.
Okay.
So ever since then, I've been a board member, and we actually give away thousands of dollars out to the Pop Warner teams, which is Plainfield Cardinals and their cheerleaders, and the Titans, and we also give money to the senior citizens.
Okay.
Whatever they $8,000. Scholarships to Plainfield High School students. So and we just became 501c3. So the money that we generate goes right back to the community, to the children. So it's a great organization.
No doubt. Caller from the 908. State your name when you calling from. You're on the Storm Warning Show.
Hello.
Hello. Caller.
Yes. Am I on?
Yes, you are. You're on the air right now.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to find out, since this is an event that goes through the city, there's full support from the administration and all the powers that be within the city.
Burnell, you will have to answer that question. One of you gentlemen.
Yeah, this is actually a community event. We established this with the city of Plainfield. I give you a little history on how this happened. I'm an advocate. I'm involved mentoring children, coached, back in the Sportsman League, if I can date myself. I had the Raiders. Those were my little ones.
Okay.
But at one point, you may remember when former Mayor Sharon Robinson Briggs put a call out to the community. We had some serious crime waves going. We've been hitting mainstream media.
Okay.
But she said, I'd like to have men meet me behind City Hall, and we're going to go into the hot spots. And we're going to knock on doors. We're going to be escorted, with Plainfield's finest. And so I participated in that, and I met, and there was a lot of folks that came back there the first day, especially a very big media event. And we would ride out into the areas that were, most crime ridden, and we would knock on doors and talk to folks and get information about what they felt was going on in their neighborhoods. Well, what happened, to make this long story short, I got to meet Mayor Robinson Briggs. She would ride on the buses with us, and at the end of the season, because it started in May or June, and in the season, sometimes September, October, it was like our last ride out. And she said, you all have made a difference. She says, but I know in your minds and hearts, y'all got other ideas. Bring them to me. Okay. And I'm a runner, walker, been doing this for years, athlete, back in school. And so I do these 5Ks from time to time around the area up in New York. And it's been on my mind. It's one of those things that you say, this is something that Plainfield needs. And I never had presented it, but it's one of those things that just kind of lay resonant.
Right.
So when she said that, something triggered. You know what I mean? It's one of those salient moments. And I said, let me, this must be, the time. And I reached out to her and presented it, put a proposal out, and she just embraced it. She says, Daryl, let's do this.
So let me go to the caller's question. To further go to the caller's question. Are you getting assistance from the present administration?
Exactly.
Okay.
So she embraced it, partnership, and when the new administration came in, we immediately, Burnell and the other trustee board members, chairpersons, we met with the present administration and just asked the question: are you going to carry this forward?
Adrian Mapp, in his office. Said we're all in, and it's been great supporting us. The recreation department.
Yep.
Plainfield Recreation Department.
Yeah,
Public Works.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I you know what I'm saying? Like I get, everybody, no matter who's in office, right? Everybody has some sort of problems with whoever's in office or whatever like that, because everybody has their own individual needs and wants throughout the city.
Exactly.
I get it. But at the end of the day, when you bring something that is beneficial and positive, in front of the city administration, 9 times out of 10 they're not going to knock it. They're not going to shut it down.
Right.
And I know this personally. You know what I'm saying, because of certain things that the Plainfield City Administration have worked with BKS on. So I salute anything positive, anything great. I think what you're doing is awesome. I think
thank you, bro.
What Burnell has been doing, and I don't think he gets enough recognition for what he does in the city. I think it's awesome, it's tremendous, and everything like that. I still didn't forget about you, brother, on certain things. But my whole thing is, like, people got to get involved, and what people got to realize too is that no one person can do it all by themselves.
Amen.
You need a team. I don't care how strong or how much we think we're Superman. No one person can do it all by themselves. There have to be people that come to help you and join you and pitch in, and so with that being said, go support this 8th annual 5K walk run. All right, and the date is again
October 13th.
October 13th. Where does it start?
It's in front of City Hall steps. It starts at 8 o'clock. You can begin registering at 8:30. If you go to the website, there's information. We're looking for sponsors still. We're looking for community partners still. We have we have all the Divine Nine. I'm talking about our sororities and our fraternities, and sororities. They're all on board and involved. But we're still looking for other partners. Central Jersey Clergy have bought in. We partner with the school board. They are a firm partner. Them and the city of Plainfield are the partners, the main partners. Our primary corporate sponsor has been JFK Health Systems.
All right.
And so I have to give a shout out to them because they have been the bailiwick of our financial support. But yeah, it's spreading. We're just looking for new and more partners. The children, this is a big one here, if I can. The children, they get to participate for free, but they must sign a pledge. It's a 9-point pledge that they have to sign. And basically what it's doing is this to encourage their self-esteem and self-awareness. And that's why we call it the historic, because if you know who you are and where you're coming from, then it's a little bit easier to go where you know you can go. And so the 9-point pledge is I'll work to restore unity in my city. I will seek not to use guns or violence. I will do my best in school. I will enrich my life by striving to live morally correct. I'll try to strive to understand who I am and my history. But there's 9 points that they have to sign in order to participate. The physical education teachers coordinate it with all the schools, public and charter. And then they compete against each other at those levels. So elementary compete against all the elementary for first, second, and third place trophy. Middle schools and the high schools compete. We have 5 high schools, or 6 actually in the city. So they all compete at that level for first, second, third. Then we have other divisions. We have the religious division, so synagogue, mosques, churches. You have to have at least 4 members to participate, all for first, second, and third place. And then we have the mayor's trophy, which I won't put my brother and partner in crime on the blast.
The Plainfield Police Department versus the Plainfield Fire Department.
Oh, wow.
We've won like 3 times. We let them win last year. Because we were afraid they wouldn't participate anymore. So we let them win. Shout out goes to Plainfield Bo Jackson.
My cousin. That's my cousin.
Corey Henry.
Yeah,
Corey Henry and the boys. But we got some for them. We got some new rookies. We got some guys for them. So, we're gonna take the reins off and let the horses go.
No doubt.
So they compete for the mayor's trophy.
Real quick, you're always going to get a question. So when somebody says, it's $20 to register or $25 or whatever like that, and a lot of people always want to know where funds and money is allocated.
Absolutely.
There's vendors involved with this. I'm quite sure vendors have to pay a fee, whatever. So the money made from this, all right, And when they ask that question, where's the money allocated? What is your response?
It all comes back into the community, our community. When I say our community, Plainfield community and surrounding communities. So we support the Pop Warner teams. We support our seniors, nonprofit senior citizens. We've provided greenhouses, warming trays, thousands of dollars, as Burnell Officer Harrison has mentioned. We provide scholarships. We participate in it's called the Clearinghouse at the high school.
Right.
The minimum we've given has been $2,000. We've given $3,500 minimum to scholarships to children at the high school.
Okay.
We've given to the basketball league.
Yes League.
Yes League.
T-Bone.
And so if you're a nonprofit out there and you're doing good work in the community, reach out, go to the website, plainfieldwalkrun.com. Let us know what you're doing. We want to help you to be successful, because 5 pillars. If I don't do anything, I want to mention what this thing is based on.
Okay.
The number one pillar, and we call them pillars, our mission statement, and a lot of people call them objectives. The number one pillar is unity. Because if we don't have unity, we're not going to have anything. And it's too much division. So when I came on and I looked at what was going on, I said this event is going to be based on my observations, because I'm not born and raised here. I'm a Cleveland, love it, born and raised, but I've adopted, my family and I, this town for 30 years.
Right.
So too much division. East End, West End, even different clergies competing, and competition is good.
Right.
But we can be agreeable and disagree. And so number one pillar is unity and engagement. And I heard you, my brother, mention that. Let's get out. Let's support one another.
Absolutely.
So come together, unity, engagement. Come on out your homes at least once a year. See some folks you maybe haven't seen in another year. Support this event. Show the children, show the young folks, old heads, hey, we can get along.
Right.
Number 2 is to encourage self-esteem amongst our youth and an identity of who they are. Because they see people who are older that look like them, that are coming together, doing things. Like I said, we got clergy, all the frats and sorors are out, different organizations, frontiers, different, you all coming out, business people, making things happen. They see that. And then because it's historic, and everything that we do is based on the 21 historic sites in Plainfield. A lot of people don't realize one of the most historic towns in this state and the East Coast.
Absolutely.
First high school in the entire state, Plainfield High School.
Is it? Yeah, a lot of people
It's a lot going on. The fire station, the largest on the East Coast, the entire East Coast of its size, the first one to have that many bays. There's a little mini museum inside. So a lot of people don't know the history. Milt Campbell, one of the greatest athletes of all time, right out of Plainfield, double Olympian out of high school. So they need to understand where their history is. It's rich. So that second pillar is to highlight the historic legacy and safety of Plainfield through enhancement of the youth's minds. And that's why they signed in this pledge. And then the third pillar, talking about history, is to highlight the safety, the beauty of Plainfield. Because if it's something negative going on, it's going to hit front page of Courier or whatever that other news, but it's the Ledger, it's going to hit that. So the third pillar, highlight the beauty and safety of Plainfield. 3.1 miles that this course meanders through of Plainfield. It goes past 7 historic sites. All the sites are marked as terms of being historic. So the third pillar, highlight the beauty and safety of Plainfield. Fourth pillar is health. In our community, we have a disproportionate high diabetes, high blood pressure. So the fourth pillar is to encourage and emphasize health and wellness.
Okay.
And in the fifth pillar, we're going to raise some money. We're going to put our money where our feet are.
All right. All right. So with that being said, again, y'all go out and support that. And again, you can go on to right to the website, and that is www.plainfieldwalkrun.com. All right. Also, you can email plainfieldwalkrun@gmail.com. Make sure you hit that up. Get the information you need. And before I let these great gentlemen go, Burnell, is there anything you want to say to the listeners, to the people?
I just want to say that, drug dealers, gang members, they're not stopping with our children. We have to do more in the community. no matter what I do, I never think I've done enough. So let's come out as a community. Let's sign up for this walk run. The money and the proceeds goes right back to the community, to the children. They have a lot of fun. But let's get together, put everything aside. If you have an organization, we have an organization. Let's get together and do things for the benefit of the children and the community.
No doubt.
Lead by example, for sure.
Exactly. Each one teach one. I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the Storm Warning Show.
Thank you.
Not rushing you out. You're welcome to stick around, but you know we're about to get to these topics and everything. And again, we will. This is very positive, so we will speak about this again on other shows as well.
Appreciate it.
So again, salute to you both, and keep doing a great, positive job in this wonderful city. It's still the Queen City to me, so salute to you both.
Yeah, salute to you for what you're doing.
BKS1 Radio.
No doubt, no doubt.
BKS1
No
Radio
doubt.
in the house.
Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. I know y'all waiting to get to these topics. So again, now the question we asked. Now let's get deep. Now you can put into the chat that we about to discuss these topics. All right.
Wrong with my video over
Oh,
here.
okay, no problem, no problem. So the question we're asking is, did you ever do something bad out of revenge to get back at someone? Did you ever do something bad out of revenge to get back at someone? And we're going to talk about that right now on the Storm Warning Show. Hurricane Kiss, my partner in crime. Now,
Must it be ladies first tonight?
No, yes, keep it 100.
Okay.
Did you ever do something out of revenge to get back at someone? Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Keep it 100.
I did. I did. I was a woman scorned.
Okay.
Yeesh.
Okay.
And I guess because I sat back one night and just thought about everything that happened in my relationship. It was a very long relationship, 10 years, almost 10 years.
Wow.
And I just thought about the effort that I put in and everything that I invested.
Mhm.
And then I thought about the things that were done to me that I didn't think were fair, that I didn't think were right.
Okay.
And my whole thing was, if you were that unhappy, then you could have just left. We could have talked about it, you could have just left.
Right.
Not do all these things underneath my nose and think that it's okay or whatever. So when we broke up, I went into his computer and I deleted all his files.
Oh, wow.
Like everything.
Wow.
Motherboard, everything.
That's bad.
Pictures of other girls and things that shouldn't have, everything. And I didn't. I acted like it was a malfunction. I never said that until now. So if he hears me, he's probably gonna laugh at it, but I don't care. I was a good girl, damn it. So yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Because
I think that was the only bad thing that I ever did. I don't think I've ever been like vengeful like that. Nothing worse than that.
Okay. Now, since my guests didn't get out them chairs, I'm going to hit them with them questions.
I still feel bad.
No, because I'm glad they're here. So I'm going to go right to you, bro.
Uh-oh.
But now, the question is, all right, did you ever do something bad out of revenge to get back at someone?
Oh, all right.
Clearing his
That was
throat.
a long sigh.
I always felt like the worst thing I could do was never deal with you again.
Ooh, okay.
Never deal with you again. Like, people want to go back and forth with you. They want to hear you talk. And I had a girlfriend, she cheated on me.
Oh, wow.
And I just cut her off, never dealt with her. She called me, I would never answer. Click. Every time it's click. People want to hear the satisfaction of getting their point across or explaining.
And silence hurts more than anything.
And to this day, you know, she regrets it. You know, like,
does she?
It's the worst thing. The family all says, you messed up. He was the best one you ever had.
Right.
You know, so that's all I can say.
Why is it
I
that
still
women
look
don't
bad
want?
worse than him?
Yeah. Why
At
is it
least
that
he's
women
on the
don't
road.
want the good ones, ladies?
Well,
The
we were
phone line-
young. We were young. We were young. We was high school. High school.
No doubt, no doubt. My good brother, like he I pulled away.
Yeah,
So-
I had to sit back.
Yeah.
Because see, Brunel took my number one. Because I have to say, you know, I haven't really done something so vindictive like somebody did something wrong, go scratch the car and all that. I've never done that kind of thing. But I and straight up on the 100%, I will have to agree. I have walked away from some situations. And I'm not lying. Burnell and I have this happen a lot, where he'll be thinking and I'll say something, or he'll say something and I've been thinking and he'll say it, or vice versa. But that was definitely what I was going to say, so I'm not going to veer from it.
Okay,
because
so
I had a very similar situation where I and you know, it's something, the story that Hurricane Kid said, you know, a lot of folks don't realize that guys be going through some trips too with some skizzies out here. I mean, there's some rough ones.
Yeah.
I done dealt with some rough riders, and
It's the truth.
and I had a rough rider, and I had a situation where I actually walked up on it, and I had to say, okay, I might, you know, control yourself, but I had to walk away because I was going to, you know, lose my mind, do something crazy.
Right.
So I had to run away, but I played it back like it was gonna be okay, and then I dumped her. So that was revengeful.
Okay.
I have
so
to
now
say.
we're gonna flip it though, because they seem to be nice guys, and that's no fun. I'm just kidding.
Right.
No, but was there anything that someone did to you on the flip?
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
We're gonna keep it all the way 100. We know that women can be the most vindictive creatures on the face, especially when we're hurt. So I'm pretty sure they've done stuff to y'all that could have been really bad.
Well, you know, like I said, I had a situation where, you know, as kids we do stuff, and she got me back. One situation where, you know, we just thought I had it going, and walked up on this situation. I was like, not me. I'm walking in the place, and here she's sitting up here with somebody. I'm like, wow. So she, you know, but I had, you know, done some stuff, and I'm thinking I'm doing all right.
Right.
But she peeped my game, and you know,
fire back.
All I can say is, wow. Okay.
So
player got played.
Well,
I'm gonna heat it up. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, me, I have a lot of family.
Okay.
I was in the mall with a female. When her friend saw me, I acknowledged her. And gonna find out, the friend went back and told I was with a girl. It was my cousin. You know,
wow.
It was my cousin. But instead of asking me, doing a responsible thing and saying, who were you with? They all got together and conspired, and she ended up sleeping with one of my friends. So then when it came out, I proved to her that that was my cousin, and it backfired on her. So more of the story is, find out who the person is, because they do have family members you don't know, you know. But
yeah,
dang.
I mean, I stayed away from that stuff. I never had drama. I never had anybody
either way,
scratch
you
my
still
car.
made it out clean.
I never had it because I always was responsible with what I did. So I'm sorry to be boring, but
that's a good thing.
So I'm gonna keep it. You know me, right? So I'm very transparent.
Clean my glasses.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it 300. So this is being that our topic is, all right, and I'm gonna repeat it. Did you ever do something bad out of revenge to get back at someone? So, without putting names out there, so I used to work with a famous celebrity that had a brother. Right? And you already know. So I used to work with a famous celebrity that had a brother or whatever. So this brother was basically had a side piece. So, you know, besides his wife, was messing around with somebody and it was a young girl, whatever. So, anyway, before that even transpired, this was during not my wife, my current wife now, but I was married before. And when he used to come to the studio, you know, I used to run out, go handle some business, whatever like that, and the person that I was with would be in the studio, and whatever like that, and she'd be like, okay, Norm's coming right back, you know. He got to run. He got to go handle some business, whatever like that. And then when I came back, the person that I was with was like, yo, is that supposed to be your boy? And I was like, huh? What are you talking about? No, like when you left, whatever, you know, he was like, you know, trying to talk to me. Like he was trying to kick it to me and this and that and whatever like that. So I was like, oh, really? Okay. All right. Now, I never brought it up to him. Right? But that always stayed in my head. So a couple years went, few years, and it's funny. I held on to this like, damn, because I'm rolling with this cat all the time. So now I really know how he is, because I knew she wasn't lying to me about that. So I'm like, wow, okay, all right. So years later, me and her not together no more, but we still working. We doing some business together, whatever like that. So this one, his side chick, right? His side chick that he was dealing with, you know, behind his wife back or whatever like that. She had talent, whatever. I invited her to the studio, whatever like that. Flew her up out of state, the whole nine, whatever like that. I'm like, okay. So it was like, it wasn't so much like it was a big master plan, but at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm gonna get dude back. So I started working with her and whatever, and we was doing stuff together and whatever. But I always had in the back of my head. So I said, dang, you know, I didn't make no pass at her, but she made a pass at me. So that was my door for revenge.
And you caught the bait.
Because I could have shut it down. I didn't. Went, and we got involved in the whole thing, whatever like that, and I made it known that we got involved. All right, just so he would know, whatever. And my whole thing was like I was like, yeah, got him back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, you thought you was playing me out, and I got you back. And then when I really thought about it after years, you know, like couple years went by, whatever like that, and I'm like, dang, you know, I used somebody else as a pawn to get somebody else back, and I felt bad about that over the years. So I actually told this person that, yeah, I kind of used you in a way. Yeah, we was doing business together, but I still kind of used you because I wanted to get back at dude. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt bad about that. I'm grown now. I was younger. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, that was my ultimate payback. And it was wrong. Mm-hmm. But at least I admit it. I admit it. So I'm saying, you know, I get a pass, right? I admit it. No? Oh, really? Is that worse than yours?
Yeah, it's worse than mine. I didn't sleep with nobody. Sheesh.
I was single and I was young at the time, so I can say that. I was single and I was young, and it was years ago.
Okay. Years ago.
So you're not so forgiving with mine. I was forgiving with Burnell's.
I'm not the one that has to forgive you.
Huh?
I'm not the one that had to forgive you.
Okay.
Was, you know.
All right. But no, but what I'm saying, so who wronged who? Or did we both wrong each other?
Two wrongs don't make it right.
Two wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I was wrong.
So you should still feel bad to this day.
Yes. No, I do feel bad about that. I want somebody to call in with a story and keep it 100 on the Storm Warning Show. 646-233-1302. Call in the Storm Warning Show. Again, we're talking about, and we're going to keep it 200 on our show. Did you ever do something wrong out of revenge to get back at someone? We want to know. But now we're going to go to this. So here's the question. Tonight is about keeping it real with relationship questions, right? Mm-hmm. So here go one question. And the first one is going to be this. What's a deal breaker for you? What's a deal breaker for you? Looks. The person's looks. If they don't look good. Mm-hmm. If they're broke. Or bad sex. Out of 3. So what's a deal breaker for you? Looks. They're broke. Or bad sex. Go ahead, kids. You gotta pick one.
Neither one of those.
What's a deal breaker?
Neither one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain that.
I guess because for me, like like I've stated before, when it comes to relationships, I don't concern myself with looks first. Mm-hmm. I concern myself with the person, personality, who they are, how respectful you are, whatever, how we get along. Broke, I'm like, okay, because what if I go through some type of financial down, you know what I mean? So the same thing applies. Thank you, guys. Good night. Nice to meet you. If a person's broke, it's like, okay, does it mean they're gonna be broke forever? You know what I mean? So it could be a dry spell. It could be a phase they're going through. And what was the last one? Bad sex.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I have to choose one out of the 3?
One out of the 3.
Okay, so I guess I'll choose bad sex.
Yeah, you're Hispanic. You're gonna choose.
What does me being Hispanic got to do with anything? But I'm just saying, like, if I have to choose anything, like I said, the first 2 aren't really like not an issue to me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if your looks are right, and that's only if I really care about your looks. And if you're broke, I could kind of deal with that again, depending on how long we talking about. Because some people have dry spells, some people have dry lives.
Right.
But at least be able to satisfy me. So if you can't do that, then that might be the deal breaker for me.
Okay. My Latino co-host.
Yes.
All right.
Since I had to choose
Okay.
one.
If I had to choose one, what is the deal breaker? Looks, broke, or bad sex? Be honest with you. If I had to choose out of the three, looks.
Really?
I mean,
deal
like,
breaker? Well, for guys, most of the time it is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, okay. I'm gonna be honest. If you look,
jeez.
If you just look crazy, you know, just look crazy, whatever, like that. I don't know, because everything has an initial attraction.
Right.
Something initially attracts you. So about somebody, you know what I'm saying? So whatever, whether it be their smile, and if they had a whack, crazy looking smile like the Joker, right? If they had bloodshot eyes, if the chick had bloodshot eyes like the devil, so her eyes not appealing, her smile's not appealing, or whatever like that, that's gonna be a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just.
But I think that's only because initially for men, the first thing that you guys look at is, I'm not gonna say look at, but the first thing that you guys pay mind to is the physical attraction.
Right.
As far as I feel.
Right.
Women not necessarily.
I'm not gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater. What?
That's Big Bone Thomas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because my glasses are foggy today. He said looks.
Yeah.
And Denise says she agrees with me. Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Denise, she a freak too. Like you.
Denise,
Yeah,
don't
Denise
listen to
a
this
freak
man.
too.
Whatever. What do you say, DT?
Huh?
He
DT?
raising his hand.
Go ahead, bro.
I would say I would agree with Kiss, because you have to accommodate one to get to the next one, to consume all three.
Going
around the corner.
All right. So
No, but you have to get to one to the next and then get to the next.
Deal.
Victor, shout out to Victor Bowman. He said, "Not dealing with no broke chick." Yeah, that don't really matter to me, because one way or the other, I was always able to get it. I've dealt with chicks that worked at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was working at a corporate job, and I didn't care that I need somebody. Let me tell you something, man. Real talk. You come in my life, and this is before my wife. I need somebody make me laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be so blah all the time, whatever like that. Be a little exciting, make me laugh, whatever like that. And I'm good.
Yeah.
And everything else is gravy. If you making me laugh and you look exciting all the time, whatever like that, then I'm gonna wanna have sex, whatever like that.
Don't say nothing funny.
If you ain't looking your best that day, it don't matter, because I just enjoy being with you. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is to keep my spirits up. If you keep my spirits up, if I always got to be like, yo, why you? And if there's always got to be that tension or whatever like that, nah, that don't make me want to be with you physically.
Right.
I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you keep my spirits up and you make me laugh and you make me smile and we can have a good time, we could talk about anything, boom, I'm good.
Right.
That's the key to me. You know, and that's 100.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna keep it 300. Now, all right. So let's see what we got here. So Thomas, Thomas says, "F that." Even if we don't have sex, okay. If I can appreciate you watching you sleep from your face and smile, then it's pointless. If I can't appreciate, okay, I'm looking at the thing, it's going crazy. Okay, if I can't appreciate you watching you sleep from your face and smile, then it's pointless. Okay, nah, see, I feel that. I respect that. Denise said, yes, laugh, love, fun, enjoy. Yeah, man.
But Thomas, somebody could look pretty sleeping and still be a demon, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I could be a silly dude. Shout out to Tracy Abram, want to check in. Now, we're talking, Tracy, if you just join us, you see what the topic is.
Yes.
And you see what we're discussing and everything. One of the topics was, did you ever do something out of revenge to get back at someone? And we're keeping it real. I just divulge something that I never told a lot of people before or whatever, but I felt bad about it. You know, so there was some remorse in my actions. But also, we were talking about what's a deal breaker for you. All right. So what is a deal breaker? If you only had to choose from these three, all right. So the three you had to choose from is 1, looks, 2, broke, 3, bad sex. And I think Milk said, and I said too, like if I had to choose from these three,
you guys chose looks.
Looks.
Yeah.
Looks. I don't care about a girl being broke. I don't care about bad sex. You can fix. People don't realize you can fix bad sex. If you really like the person that you with, no. If you like them and you love them, you can fix bad sex because part of the biggest. Let me tell you the biggest. No, real talk. Y'all we gonna have some grown up talk tonight. One of the biggest faux pas when it comes to bad sex and everything is because people don't communicate what they like, and this is real talk. As for me, be on this earth 51 years, bad sex comes from people not communicating what they like. I've known, and this is real talk. It's like oh God, why did he touch me here? This is because you didn't talk to him and be like, I don't like to be touched there.
Right.
I like to be touched there.
Well, that's because before the initial sex even happens, you're supposed to be able to just have conversation first, get to know one another, figure out the do's and don'ts, the likes, the dislikes, whatever, and spend that time together to even because who just jumps into it and then oh, don't touch me there, or don't do this, don't do that. Right. That's awkward. So you have to get to know one another and become friends first before you can even get to that next level.
Absolutely, and that's it. If you communicate, think about it, man. Think about it, right? So what is really bad sex? So I hear women all the time saying that, oh, God, dude was real small, but he knew how to work it, or guys saying that she was always dry at the time, or it was like this, or it was like that. No, I hear that. I hear both sides of the spectrum, and we're adults, and this is a grown up show. And my thing is, there's ways to fix problems if you communicate it. You know what I'm saying? If you communicate it or whatever. And here's the thing too, what you got to think about, ladies. And I'm gonna speak from the male's perspective. A lot of men, most men, don't want to hear, oh, I don't like that. Oh, I wouldn't try that. Or, oh, that's not me. I'm not going to try that, whatever like that. Here's the whole thing. If you're in a relationship, in a committed relationship, whether you're married, committed relationship, y'all been dating for a while, whatever, the whole objective, right, if you are going to be sexual with each other and have a sexual relationship, is each person should strive to please the other person. So, you know, it's the man's job to strive to want to please you. It's the woman's job to strive to want to please him. So sometimes you got to go out your comfort zone and try certain things that you know is going to make them happy, that, you know, and vice versa. Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's communication. If you're communicating good, there's no such thing as bad sex, period, when you do have it.
That's true. I'll give you that.
No, this is real talk. Yeah. I'm being honest. It comes from communication.
Tracy Abrams says she can't do broke.
She can't do broke.
She said, I can't do broke.
Okay, all right. And I don't know whether y'all agree or disagree with what I just said, but it's the truth. That's the one thing I know is like, even with, you know, communication is important even in a sexual relationship. You have to communicate what you like and what you don't like. And then if somebody doesn't like something that you really like, then you have to come to a compromise.
Compromise, right.
And it's this real talk. All right, so now, going on, I'm going to play this clip for you about a subject. Now, this is what we're going to do right now, right? And I want you to listen to the clip. I want y'all to see what the subject is. And I want y'all to comment on it or call in about it. So, again, the call-in number is what?
646-233-1302.
All right. Here goes the first subject. All right. And I'm going to play. A person is going to be talking about each subject. And shout out to 8 at the Table. Shout out to Lynn Hobson, Money Lynn. And shout out to my man, Amazing. All right. And they produced the 8 at the Table series. So we're going to discuss each one of these topics. I'm going to play a brief clip. And we're going to talk about it. And it's all dealing with relationships. And again, we're going to keep it transparent and 100% real on the Stone Warning Show. All right, let's get it with the first one.
I acted like I was like in this really serious relationship with someone, and like he broke me, and then I had to go back to him because something. I like made up this whole fucked up. Can I curse? Yeah. Fucked up story about how I had to get back with my ex because I didn't know what to tell him, like, to break up with him. So I was just like, honestly, like, I'm still in love with my ex. And like, I was crying. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, we've been through so much together. We were supposed to have kids. And like, really, I just wasn't feeling it anymore. He lived in Harlem. I lived in Brooklyn. Too far away. Like, and that's kind of how I deaded it. I acted like I was like in this really serious relationship with someone, and like he broke me, and then I had to go back to him because something. I like made up this whole fucked up. Can I curse? Yeah. Fucked up story about how I had to get back with my ex because I didn't know what to tell him, like to break up with him. So I was just like, honestly, like, I'm still in love with my ex. And like, I was crying. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, we've been through so much together.
I'm going to clap this broad up. All right, anyway.
You're going to clap up anyway.
Clap her up. Now, so she wanted to leave a relationship. She didn't know what to tell him, so she basically lied. And again, it's all about, let me tell you something, what I learned about honesty. Even if you say something to a person that basically is going to hurt them, they respect honesty. They'll respect the honesty. Mm-hmm. And I know this personally because I had to say something to a person that I know was going to hurt them. It was going to really hurt their feelings or whatever like that. But the person came back to me and said, wow, you know, like that bothered me, that hurt me. But, you know, I respect the fact that you kept it real with me and that you was honest. Mm-hmm. And we still have a friendship to this day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is like what she did. She lied. She's like, oh, I still got feelings for my ex-boyfriend. She just didn't want to be with dude no more and whatever like that. And see, that's the thing, man. Stop trying to spare people's feelings. And I get it. You know, brutal honesty can really hurt when somebody's brutally honest with you, whatever like that. But it's better to be straight up with them than them to find out that you lied to them all along. And then it creates another type of problem. Right. You know what I'm saying, for you overall. So I'm just saying, yo, just be straight up. Now, I'm curious about you. So if you want to be honest, have you ever left a relationship like her and just lied about the reason you wanted to leave a relationship? No.
I mean, most of my long-term, my relationships were long-term. So I had already established some type of, you know, of substance with this person, so there was no need to lie about anything, you know, after that. Like, if we're done, we're done. You know, we broke up for whatever reasons. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why people feel like they just can't be honest in situations. Like, I feel like initially, like when you first meet somebody, you know off the top if you're gonna like this person. Right. That's one. You know, if you can get past an hour or two without thinking that you have to go under the table and text your friend and say, yo, in 5 minutes, call me and say I have an emergency or something stupid or whatever, just to get out of there. Right. That's a good thing. So I figure if you're with somebody, like the fact that she said, oh, I was in Brooklyn and he was in Harlem, that's not long distance. It's not like he was in Cali and you were in Kalamazoo. Like, stop.
She was just looking for a reason.
She was just looking for a reason. And my whole thing is like, just be honest. Like you said, I think people will respect the situation more if you just said, look, I'm just not feeling it. So I digress. And that's it. But
okay. All right,
to make up stupidness for what?
So the next one. Okay, so now I'm going to play another situation. And again, these are dealing with relationships. Okay. And how would you respond to this? How would you handle this? And here's the next clip.
We went to a little, like a wing spot restaurant, you know, and she couldn't order nothing off the menu. She asking me, she like, what's this? I'm thinking she asked me about what type of drink it is. Right. Have I ever had it? Then started to notice she kept tapping me, asking me, what's this? What do this mean? What do this mean? I'm like, I just came out and said, do you know how to read? Yeah. She was honest and said, no. I'm like, oh, okay, so we're going to work this. What do you want? What do you got a taste for? So I just helped out and got it through the night. But I couldn't see myself dealing with that on a consistent basis. Right. I kind of felt like embarrassed of myself and then of my friend for hooking me up and putting me in that type of situation. But it's like, you know, I'm still friends with her, actually, you know. But you know how to read now? A little bit. We went to a little, like a wing spot restaurant, you know, and she couldn't order nothing off the menu. She asking me, she like,
just clap it up. Dude, keep it in 100.
I can't.
So if dude found out, okay, If you found out your date couldn't read on the date, why you laughing? Why you laughing? If you found out the guy you was on the date with, and you're across from the table with him, and you like this. Oh wow, they got some good stuff on this menu, huh? Well, okay, pick out what you want us to eat. Whatever like that. But I can't eat shrimp. I can't eat shrimp or lobster, nothing like that. So anything but seafood. Pick me out something. And you're like, yeah, you're asking questions like, well, what's this? Or
I don't know, you think I should get this?
Yeah.
I don't know, what is that?
I do have a true story.
Yeah, so my whole thing is, how would you handle that? You know, if you found out your date couldn't read.
Okay, it's not funny, first of all. I think I would be caught off guard. Like he said, he was a little bit embarrassed for both of them. The fact that he said he was embarrassed for his friend, first of all, if your friend knew that she couldn't read, your friend ain't shit for hooking you up with somebody that can't read, and you knew good and goddamn well you was going to have to come to a point where something was going to have to go down and you was going to figure it out. So I would feel bad. Initially, I would feel bad. I would help him through the menu or whatever, because I'm not going to tell dude, yo, I got to go and embarrass him. Things happen, so I would get through the night. But as far as a second date, I don't...
You wouldn't have a second date?
I don't think I would be able to do a second date.
Secret room, you said that happened to you before?
Yeah.
No, I do have a true story. All jokes aside.
Better be good. Go ahead.
No, it's good. I used to live in New Brunswick, and we used to go out every Friday night, Saturday night, go down to 357, down under.
Okay.
And one of the guys that we hung out with, we used to call the Zamunda Brothers, Z-U-M-D-A, Zamunda Brothers. So one of the guys that was affiliated with us, we used to go down to George Chinese restaurant on George Street, across the street from the Tabernacle Church on George Street in New Brunswick. So he said, I want to order this. So we were trying to figure out what he wanted. The thing is, what I'm saying, we always order the fried chicken strips or the crab sticks, but he knew what was on picture. He said, I want to order this. So we trying to figure out what is he talking about. So when we actually found out what he was talking about, George knew what he was talking about. So we had to pay for it because he couldn't even count the money or...
Oh my God.
That's not funny.
He was just all across
that's
the
what I
board
said.
messed up.
All jokes aside.
So yeah, so he couldn't count.
He couldn't count or read what he wanted.
That's sad. That's sad, bro.
That's messed up.
All right, so
but that's a true story.
I know,
so the question
see, Denise,
is,
I was just gonna say that, and she's married now. Denise said, "Please remember that Fantasia couldn't read." It's true. When you think about a situation like that, it's messed up. But
I just want to know how many of you would have went on a second date with this person, or would somebody that's listening would actually help the person out and taught them how to
as opposed
taught
to
the person how to read.
As opposed to just cutting the night off. Period.
Yeah. Like how many would have just deaded that
stayed.
situation?
I would have stayed.
I'm a big. Yo, stop lying.
I would have stayed.
You would have stayed, but you wouldn't have had a second date.
I wouldn't have had a second date because it's like
all right,
I
so
don't want to have to go through that
date.
every single time.
I'm
like
sorry.
if we both 42 years old going out on a date and I got to deal with that,
I wouldn't have had a second date, but
I would have stayed.
I would have got her some. I would got her some classes. I probably would have gave her like a course, something like that. Would be like luck. No, seriously.
You gonna go through all that for a person that you don't even intend to? I mean, if you're gonna be friends, I could see you helping a person out.
I would help, but it wouldn't have been.
Just
It wouldn't have been
not on that level.
It wouldn't have been no second date.
Right, not on that level.
Denise
Denise said not a second date. See, Victor
You
Victor Bowman said friend
can't help
zone.
themselves, but they
Friend
can't
zone.
be healthy,
See?
and you got to leave it alone.
See, and that's
Yeah.
my whole thing.
I would definitely not have a
see,
problem
Tracy
with helping.
Abrams said no second date for me.
Yeah.
See, y'all. See, look.
No,
y'all-
if the person needed help, I would at least try to help them as a friend. But I couldn't
I'm
see
glad.
myself.
I'm glad
dating
y'all being honest, man.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all
I would
being
help them
honest.
as a friend. Just like Victor said.
They
friend
gotta
zone.
want it. They gotta want the help.
Now I ain't gonna front. Probably the younger me. No, listen. When I used to date this girl at Burger King, she wasn't the smartest
The
fry,
brightest bulb in the box?
the smartest fry in the pack. She wasn't the smartest fry, you know.
I can't.
No, I'm just keeping 100. She wasn't, and it's like she used to say some crazy things where I was like, oh my God. So I was nervous about bringing her around my family.
Exactly.
I was for real.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine you bringing this person home and your mom was like, oh, I have this yearbook and no one was in the yearbook and look what he wrote on this picture. It was so funny. Read it out loud, girl. Read it. What you gonna do? And she can't read it out loud.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Come on, man.
For real.
That's just crazy.
Yo.
Wow.
I told her I was gonna take her to this mixer. I said, look, my friends, they're having a mixer and I'm gonna take you to this mixer. She said, I don't want to DJ. She said, I don't want to DJ with you. I said, what are you talking about? She said, I don't want to DJ. She said, why would you take me to a mixer? And I was like, a mixer is like a gathering with people
when you mingle
and stuff
and
like.
talk.
She thought I was talking about an actual piece of equipment, whatever like that. And then like that's how I started to know like, yo,
she's not really that bright.
Yeah,
she's not the intellect.
And I would say certain things. It was crazy. So I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna have to decline. I'm sorry, but I would teach a person if I knew a person didn't know how to read that I was trying
at
to
least
date.
help you get help because I'm not gonna say
I would get the person help.
You got to be willing to accept it.
Yeah. Yeah. Why Denise laughing? Shout out to Tammy Walker on the check-in. All right. So here's the third one. This is kind of interesting. So y'all ready?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to run y'all a clip of each relationship discussion that we're having, and I want y'all to respond to what you would do and how you would handle it. Here goes the next clip.
People may say they can't see that. It's not normal for them to be with one person.
Well, I mean, let's be straight up. Is it easy? Not at all. Not at all. But if you don't want to lose that person, if you love that person, you're going to stay put. So it's one of those things where it's like you don't want to, or maybe like you might look, but you got to look away kind of thing. Like you see a good-looking woman, you're not going to break your neck knowing it's like, all right, cool, she's a good-looking woman, I'm going to keep it moving. So it's that discipline to say, am I going to continue to look or I'm going to just keep it pushing? So I'm going to look for 1 second and keep it moving.
Yeah, because you got to still keep that internal memory of what you just seen. You have to acknowledge the fact that that's a beautiful woman.
Exactly.
But you got to keep moving. People may say they can't see that. It's not normal for them to be with one person.
Well, I mean, let's be straight up. Is it easy? Not at all.
You say what, Kiss?
Who is Dodo Bird?
Dodo Bird. Like he just sounds just the doy.
All
I
right.
don't know.
So how hard is it? Let's be honest with this question. How hard is it to stay with one person?
It's not hard.
Now I want honesty from y'all. I want y'all to BS. One, is it hard to stay with one person? Is it an easy thing? Yes, it's easy to stay with one person. Or is it a hard thing? Is it a struggle? Is it a struggle to stay with one person? Answer that honestly. Kiss, is it a struggle just to be with just one person?
No. If I'm completely invested in this person and I'm in love with this person and I can't see myself being with anybody else but this person, then I'm not gonna have any problems being faithful in a relationship and staying with that one person.
Secret.
Yeah. Unless I'm the only time that I can see it being an issue is if I'm in a situation and I'm not sure about it.
Secret room. Is it hard?
For me, no.
To be with one person?
No, not for me. The reason why I say that because I know what I'm getting, and is at the house. So if I find out that I cannot sleep, that means it's not meant to be. But if I can open my eyes every night and close my eyes in the morning time, whatever, and everything is good, we good. And I've been doing it for many years.
Okay. All right. So let me read some comments.
Without no doubt.
Let me read some comments. So shout out to Demetria on the check-in. All right. So Portia Renee, I think she's going back to one of our other ones. But Portia Renee said,
I can't wait to meet you right now.
I was going out with this guy and I specifically asked him if he was single and he told me yes. I told him that I don't like to go out with guys who have some.
I think she meant someone already.
Someone, okay.
All
right.
So wine.
Or someone already. All right. We went out a few times and I found out that he lied. Okay. One night Let me.
She said
scroll
one night we
down.
went out to a hotel room, and as he went to shower, I took his clothes and left him there naked. I know that I shouldn't have done that, but
Oh,
he
that was
left
the
me
revenge
alone.
thing.
Wow.
He was nice otherwise, but he didn't have to lie to get the cookies. Why do men do that?
Okay, so
Oh,
that's
damn.
that's the revenge thing.
Sheesh, girl. Okay.
All right. So again, if you just joining us, our topic is: did you ever do something bad out of revenge to get back at someone?
Right.
And so, that was you took his clothes.
Damn.
Way back.
Yo, that's crazy as hell. That's crazy. Wow. Now going back to the thing about is it hard to just be with one person? Is it hard? And Demetrius said, I can't be with just one person. We know this.
We know.
You're in a polyamorous relationship.
Yes.
We get it. It's a struggle for me.
I can't.
Okay. Now I'm curious, like,
But
why
are you
is it
true
a
to
struggle?
yourself?
Yeah, why is it a struggle to be with just one person? Now I'm curious.
I agree with Tracy. Tracy said, I prefer to be with one person. It's easy to do to do with the right person.
So okay, so now here's the thing about the whole one person thing, right?
Right.
So everybody knows things change, right? So you decide to be with this one person for the rest of your life.
Right.
So whatever initially, and whatever habits and characteristics this person had initially in the beginning when you met them and you dealt with them, all right, started to change once you got into a deeper relationship.
Right.
So if those characteristics change and certain things change, does that affect your decision of like, I probably want somebody else? And what I mean by that, by basic things,
Right.
people age, they don't do the same things no more. You know what I'm saying? People go through certain life crises or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So are you still willing to go through all that with this one person and not look for something better? Because at the time, the person that you sought to be with changed.
Yeah. I mean, I think with every relationship, we all have that thing that we go through where we say everything was nice in the beginning, and then some people have this theory that after 2 years you're supposed to know who this person is inside and out, no confusion, no nothing, and after 2 years you should know if you want to be with this person or not.
Okay.
I just feel like, of course, in life people are gonna change, especially in relationships. You don't really know the person until you live with them. Right? And even after that, that's when you start figuring out, okay, these are the things that he does. These are my pet peeves about him. This is that. Oh, he might snore. He might do whatever. But I feel like there has to be something. There has to be something that's much more deeper than just those little superficial things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
if communication gets to a point where there's no communication, there's no understanding, like you just getting lazy with it. At first it was, oh, you want to know everything about me. Oh, we had so much to talk about. Oh, we laughed so much. We went out. We did all these things. Everything was, the spontaneity in the relationship was great, whatever the case is.
Right.
And now all of a sudden that all dies. And now you're this this couch bum who doesn't want to do anything. And when it comes to having to deal with situations, you don't even know how to sit down and talk about it. You get frustrated easily, whatever. It has to be something that makes me feel like the relationship is just completely dead. In order for me to say, I can't do this anymore. But
Okay.
if you're showing me that, it might be a dry spell, like, oh, today just wasn't my day, or if something that I feel like we can get through,
Right.
then of course I'm gonna stay. If I love you that way, if I love you that much, I'm gonna stay. But
Okay.
just not for no a little pet peeve here and there. Oh, because he keeps leaving his socks on the damn floor when he comes home in the bathroom or something stupid.
Right.
Like, you can tell a person just clean up behind your damn self.
Right.
You know?
Let's read some of the comments. Let's read Demetria and let's read Tracy Abrams' comment. Shout out to Lois Boo. Cuzzo, Lois, what's good, baby? Love you.
So Tracy said, I'm going to change in a long-term relationship. At least me and my partner are changing together.
No doubt.
And Demetria said, it's a struggle for me because I get bored, and usually the way I love is overwhelming for one person to deal with. So it's easier if I can share it with my other partners, so I'm not so overwhelming to one person.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy, and I kind of get it.
But that's great. But look,
Yeah.
think about it. All of us at some point fall into a rut, and we get bored with the person that we're with. We get bored at certain things or whatever, or certain things just start become
Starts
routine.
to die, yeah, right.
Routine or whatever.
Oh my
whatever
God,
like
that's
that.
what I was gonna say. That was what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I hate routine.
Yeah,
and
certain
I don't
thing-
like when you break pattern.
See, certain things just start to become routine or whatever. But again, this is what tests your love. Let me tell you something. Life, love, relationships None of that shit is perfect.
Right.
None of it's perfect. If you go into a situation, a relationship, any type of relationship, if you go into a business, if you go into a relationship, whatever you go into thinking it's going to be perfect, you fooling
already
yourself.
setting yourself up for
That's
failure.
not realistic.
Right.
It's not realistic. So you got to know that.
You got to be challenged.
But you got to know that you're going to go through certain dry spells at times.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get boring at times. It's going to whatever like that. But once you figure that out, that okay, we going into this routine.
Right.
Things is becoming a rut. Let's switch it up. We don't want to get caught up into that zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta recognize when that's happening, and you gotta fix it. My whole thing is think about it, man. You know, think about it. If every time like we didn't, you know, if everybody got into a relationship or got married and say, okay, well today is not a good day, so I'm not going to be with you. I'm going to be with this person because today is not a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Where would the institute of marriage be?
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like where would that shit go? What would happen to the whole institution of marriage? You know, and commitment and all
Compromise.
that. Yeah, and things would be morally jacked up.
Right.
If people thought like that. Okay, well today's not a good day with us, so it's not a good day with you, so I'm going to be with this person.
Right.
Sometimes you're going to have bad months in your relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you're going to have bad 6 months in your relationship. Sometimes you may have a bad year where things or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to
build.
If you commit, if you take them vows before God and all of that, you have to go that extra mile. It's not that
Right.
easy.
Otherwise,
if you
just stay single and just date.
If you just dating somebody and you could just jump in and out of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm attacking what you're saying, Norm. The part that I was going to mention is that if you're not going to be the person that you say you are, then you're actually not going to be the person that you're going to continue to be.
Okay.
Because you're actually really not being true to yourself. Because if your words going to, just like saying your eyes is bigger than your stomach, the more you look open to your eyes, the more food that you see, you can't eat it all. So that means you cannot have everything.
Well, that's because most people, I think, my
Is
own
greed.
personal opinion, is people are greedy, and people go into situations sometimes wanting to kind of like throw out this expectation of them of who they think they are, and they try to impress people. Like if I meet you, don't do that.
Right, and that's
be
like
exactly who you are. Don't talk yourself all big. Don't give me this high expectation of who you are, because then when I start to notice that who you are is not who you came into this situation to be,
right,
that's gonna make me mad, and I'm gonna get tired quick, and then I'm gonna get bored.
All right, we're gonna take this phone call. Caller from the 404. State your name, where you calling from. You're on the Storm Warning Show.
Hey, what's up? This is Demetria from Atlanta, Dunwoody.
Demetria.
Good evening.
Demetria, good
Yes.
evening. How you calling at night at 11:30 and the kid's still up and making noise in the background?
No, it's just the baby. It's just the baby. And she ain't got nowhere to be in the morning.
She ain't got nowhere to be.
All right. Talk to us. Tell us what's on your mind.
Well, first off, I wanted to read, because, when y'all read my comment, it sounded stupid. So I just want to call and defend myself.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I kind of understood it from your perspective.
Go ahead, bro.
Because I didn't mean bored like that. I'm saying for me, I'm a very adventurous person, and I like to do stuff. But everybody don't like to do stuff every single day. Run, go here, go do that. People have to work. People get tired. And so that's what I meant by bored. And the way I'm a very touchy-feely, cuddly person. And so, people can't always deal with touchy-feely, cuddly. So that's why it's a struggle for me to be with just one person. But I do enjoy being married. I enjoy my husband. I love my husband.
Right.
But I also love the other one. But it's different because I was with him first, and then I was with my husband second. And it's kind of crazy, but it's hard to explain, but it's just like sharing and spreading. It's like I'm out here, like you're out here with every single person, but being with having three separate partners, it's like being with three different persons, and you can do things that you enjoy. Like with my wife, we can do stuff we can go shopping all day. Your man ain't finna go shopping with you all day. He ain't gonna hold your bags. He ain't gonna hold your purse. He'll drop you off and pick you up, but that's about it. Like, you know, you go to the store, but like I also like the finer things like opera and stuff like that. And hubby adjacent, he likes stuff like that too. But my hubby don't like stuff like that. He like picnics in the park, walks on the beach, and for hubby adjacent, that's kind of boring. But I also like that stuff. So you know, it's just a variety. That's what it is for me.
Let me ask you this, right? And I'm gonna be honest, because you know we didn't talk about your polyamorous relationship before. So now you say your husband don't like the shopping. So for that's when you chill with your girl, right? Your woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and this is real talk, for other people that's not in a polyamorous relationship, if my woman knows Norm don't like going shopping, he don't like hanging shopping, so she's just gonna call her girlfriend, not somebody she's in a relationship with, just her girlfriend, because her girlfriend likes to shop just like she shop or whatever like that. So that fills that void, that fills that gap. So but my thing is, like, you don't have to be in a relationship with someone, just because they like to go shopping with you and your man don't, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't. No, you don't. But I'm saying, for me, like, when I go somewhere, I'm like, and this is just me, okay? This is just me. Like I said, I'm a very adventurous, kind of crazy person. So, like, how can I put this?
Yeah, I'm waiting. Yo, I'm waiting because see, this the whole thing. Look. And you know, listen, I appreciate you here, BKS, and calling in shit. But that whole polyamorous thing, that's just crazy to me. Because it's like,
I understand.
Come on now.
Because I was trying to figure out how to put it, because sometimes when I say adventurous, like, I like to play in public sometimes. And let's act like we don't know what play is. But my 3-year-old, she like a tape recorder, so I can't say all the words. Right. I don't need her embarrassing me at the Walmart. But sometimes
I can't.
I'm saying, like, sometimes I like to be, spontaneous. I like to play in public. Like, when you go, like, if you go with your homegirl shopping and you see her boobs, you can't be touching your homegirl boobs like that. You know?
All right, so look. Check this out. No matter how you dress it up, it's crazy as hell, Demetria. But look, we're going to talk about it. We're going to make a whole show. Actually, we do got a show. The Owl. Listen, the ladies at Owl, they're doing a show on polyamorous relationships, and I actually want you to be a guest on their show. They want you to call in when they do that show, so I'm actually going to give you the number and the contact for that. And it's still on BKS, but it's a different show. They want to talk just about polyamorous relationships. So I told them about you already, so they want you to be a guest. All right?
Okay.
All right. So just expect I'm going to reach out to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, love.
So you can play with inside of your eyelids. All right, guys. Have a good night.
No doubt. And put them babies to sleep. Nah, I just always wanted to say that.
I know.
No doubt. Let's read some comments, man.
Oh,
shout out to everybody on checking. This is crazy.
Well, Denise is on. Juanita just checked in. She said, "Hey, I'm super late." Everybody just laughing. Denise says, "Stop, Norm." Hold on. Denise says she appreciates us sharing her story. And she also said, what did Chris Rock say about misrepresentation?
Yeah, let's go to Tracy Abrams' comment. Can we read that? I'm going to change.
Is that a little further up?
Right
Where
here.
you at? Okay. She said, I'm going to change in a long-term relationship. At least me and my partner. We read that one. Changing together. Alicia Mitchell said, if not, don't get that deep. Don't get married. Change is one constant in relationships.
Okay.
Demetria said no relationship is perfect. And that she's in a poly. And Denise said communication, which was previously stated, is the key. And we were talking about the misrepresentation, like basically coming into the situation and if you say who you are, then be who that. Yeah,
she got a good one. Go ahead.
Who's that? Alicia. Alicia also said you will not be the same person in a relationship as you were in the beginning. Neither one will know this. You have to accept growth on both sides. True. as far as getting bored, if you even start to think that it's time to go back to basics, put in some work, period.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Can we clap that up?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Let's clap that up. No, I agree.
Wow.
I agree. I don't like that as being an excuse. So I got bored or whatever like that. It's not an excuse to do whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You tell your mate, look, man, we getting caught in the rut. You know, we getting stuck in this rut. Let's get out this rut. And that's all. And you just go do something, man. You make it
Help
pop.
me, I'll help you.
You know, and my whole thing is if, you know, and I get it.
You know, if it's not, and instead of faking the funk, just end it. You know, don't go doing other stuff to make the person feel even more inadequate because you're bored of whatever they're doing that they're not doing how they were doing when when you first start the relationship. I always say, you know what a person is about after a certain amount of time. You know what they're about, so you know if you're gonna get bored early on.
That's
just how I feel.
Here's the next one. So I'm gonna run this clip.
Okay.
And so tonight is Keep It Real. It's Keep It Real Thursdays, y'all. So we want real transparency. We're talking about stuff dealing with relationships, all different types of situations. May not be necessarily be your situation, but it may be somebody's situation that you know of. All right. So here's the next one. How would you handle this? And what's your response to this?
Is it impossible to love two people at once?
Is it?
No, answer the question.
It's how they feel. It's at the end of the day, you can love them, but how are they being hurt? How are they being hurt by the process? And
what if they're not
if you
being
love
hurt?
somebody, you don't hurt them.
What if they're not being hurt?
You don't hurt them. That's
But
just
what if
it.
they're not being hurt?
Huh?
What if they're not being hurt?
How do you know that? They're telling you that logically. You don't know what a woman feels.
Well, if you
know how men feel.
Wait, no.
I can't see myself in a poly relationship because I can't see myself with multiple people at the end of the day. It's just nonsense. It's BS. You can't really find the one if you fucking with multiple people. To me, it's just straight stupid.
No, stop. That's not true. If you've been with someone,
They can tell you that all day long.
If you've been with in a relationship for X amount of years, I would hope your relationship is healthy enough that the other person can say, "You're hurting me and you're not hurting me."
Yeah.
Is it impossible to love two people at once?
Is it?
No, answer the question.
I like this one.
The content of that.
Let's clap that one up. Because that's something to talk about. I like when dudes straight out say, "Yo, that's fucking crazy to me to be in multiple relationships or whatever like that." And that's, you know what? And that's how I truly. And I get it, right? I get this, right? Okay, so one of the things I do kind of understand, like Demetria, in her crazy way, and I got respect for Demetria because she's honest about it, and a lot of people's not transparent when they call in. That's why, like, when people just keep it 300. Tonight is Keep It Real Thursdays. I want y'all to be straight up. Can you be in love with two people? Can you be in love with two people?
Yes.
At one time?
Yes.
Your answer is yes?
Yes.
My answer is no.
Okay.
All right. And I'm gonna hear what you got to say, but I think it's humanly impossible. But go ahead. Why you say yes?
Well, I say yes because it's happened to me. Okay. We were discussing it earlier, right? Or it might have been yesterday when I said we all have one person in our lives, right? That's that forever person, the one that got away. Whatever you want to call him or her. I think we all have this one person that no matter who we end up being with, please don't get me wrong. Some people even are married. There's a lot of people who are married, and not to say that they settled, right? You could be in love with that person, but always have somebody in the back of your mind, right? For me, I was in a situation where I was in a relationship, but because I wasn't getting what I needed, that in turn left room for me to still feel what I felt for the person that I was trying to forget. And all it did was further remind me of the things that I missed about that person, that I loved about that person. And there was a situation, like I said, where I was with somebody, but my heart was still with someone else. It didn't mean that I loved the person that I was with any less. It was just that as much as I loved the person that I was with, like I said, he wasn't doing the right things to take care of, of what the relationship was supposed to, be thriving off of. So I don't want to say I got bored. I didn't get bored. I was still in love, but how we say before, you can't conform. The comfortability sat in, and it sat in to a point where it was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now?
All right.
So it was a thing.
So here's,
and that's what it was.
Here's how I feel about that, right? And again, I'm gonna say this.
Doesn't mean that you're sleeping with two people.
I'm gonna say this. It's still humanly impossible.
That's bullshit.
To be listen.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you. Now I'm gonna tell you my take on it, right?
Mhm.
So even like you were saying, but still in the back of my mind, this, that was that one person that blah 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 that got away, whatever case may be.
I was torn.
Right. So my whole thing is, you always, even when you torn in the situation, it's gonna be on this hand.
Yes.
The one you in love with. In this hand, the one you love.
Right.
And see, this is where people get it. There's two different things always going to go on in your life. You can love somebody, but you're not in love with them.
Right.
All right. When you're in love,
Hands down.
that's one person.
Right.
That is one person.
Right.
So my whole thing about being in love with two people at the same time is BS. Is BS. So even like you talking about, you brought up the marriage situations. So you could be married, whatever like that, and like you were saying, whatever. But you may love somebody else or whatever like that. Either you in love with the person you married with, or you just love them, right? And if you just love them, there's that gap in that room that you leave to actually be in love with somebody.
Right. But
you
I
only
think
just love them.
you know what it is? I think the same thing even applies, because if it's that serious, then why do people cheat? You get what I'm saying? So instead of my perspective on it and the way that I suffered from it wasn't the fact that I cheated. It wasn't like, oh, I was in a relationship with a person that I so-called was in love with, because I was in love with this person. I was. But again, they got comfortable, and then the things that were happening when we first got together, the communication stopped. The intimacy stopped. The friendship stopped. So it was like, once all that's gone and you're still there, what can you do? You can't help how your heart feels, and you can't help where your mind takes you sometimes. So it was just that, again, I felt torn. I didn't know if I should have stayed in the situation and still fought for it, or if I was gonna just sit back and say I'm gonna play off of my emotions, even though I wasn't being. Oh, this is somebody who was in my life way that I was with, that I never even had a chance to even consume in a way. You get what I'm saying? I never had a chance to even see what it was like to be in a relationship with this person. We just always had that thing.
Right.
So in the back of my mind, I always had in my head, like, if it was to ever work out with this person, I would have never been fed to the wolves and had to deal with the bullshit that I dealt with from everybody else who couldn't even satisfy me, even on a simple level. You get what I'm saying?
Let's read some comments.
We got comments from Fat Lace and from Geo too.
So let's shout out to Fat Lace.
Yes.
Let's read Fat Lace, and then let's read Juanita Karen Harts. Juanita, what's up?
Hey, Juanita.
Final to see.
Well, we got first we got Real Prince Geo. He said, "What's goody, Geo online?" And yes, it is possible to feel strongly for two people. Fat Lace said feel strongly. Fat Lace said, "Yup, it just might cost a pretty penny." Laugh out loud. And then he said, Geo said, "Indeed." Then Geo goes back and says, "That is it's very true though. That's facts, and many people won't speak on that. They won't speak on the fact that they actually feel that way."
Right. See, there's a difference between feeling strongly for two people and being in love. I
was in love with two people. I knew what I felt. I knew what it was.
In love, in loving someone, I'm telling you right now, one trumps the other.
I love a lot of people.
You're always the person you're in love with. Your mind and focus is always going to go
right
towards
until that person's focus is not on you anymore, and it gives you room to say, like, what am I freaking doing here?
The person you love. Let me tell you. Like I said, let me break it down for you. Right. Here's the reason why, like, I decided to get married. Right. So, and this is real talk, and my wife would be like, "Oh, okay, well, I didn't know that, whatever." So my whole thing is, at the time I met my wife, I was just coming off a situation, right? So, statistically, they say it takes you a certain amount of time to get over the last person that you was with, based on how long you've been with them. Statistically,
it took me 6 years to get over the person that I was with for almost 10 years. 6 years.
Right. So you was with them for 10 years?
I was with him for 10 years, on and off for the last 3 years.
And it took you 6 years.
So
that's nearly half.
Right.
And that's the statistic. They
6 years after we broke up, I'm saying.
You're right.
Right.
They say it takes you half that amount of time, right?
I agree.
So I was with this person for...
Sometimes.
I was with them for 4 years. 4 to 5 years, whatever.
Right.
Statistically, it took me about, when we broke up, 2.5 years or 2 years to get over them.
Right.
Right. So when me and my wife hooked up, I've gotten that person out my system, totally out my system, which is when I knew I was ready for somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I
Right.
gotten that person out of my system.
Right, but every situation is different.
I wasn't in love with that person no more.
Okay.
Now, because it wasn't on bad terms or whatever like that, I got love for that person. But just like I got love for my boy DT, I got love for you. I got love for Maria in this. You know what I'm saying? Like it became that. Like, I got love for you. We, cool.
Right, right. But every situation is different. That's what I'm saying.
But listen. But the thing is, I got married because I realized I fell in love, and regardless of whatever situation we deal with, that couples deal with, like, I'm in love, and I always think about when something could come along, or something or someone could come along to mess something up. I start to think about it. I think about it differently now. I'm like, oh man, the consequences of things, right? When you really don't care, when you really don't care about nobody, when you don't care about a person like that, you don't think about the consequences that you're gonna face if you do some effed up ish.
Right, but that's why I said with me,
there's
it wasn't.
A difference.
That's why I said with me, it wasn't a physical thing. It was all mental. It was all emotional for me. It wasn't like I was in a situation, because in the situation that I'm talking about, this person was cheating, right? Whether mentally or when he was physically around this person and did whatever he did or whatever the case was, I never went outside of that. You get what I'm saying? Even though I felt torn and I felt like, should I be here? Should I not? Why do I feel like I should be over here? Why do I feel like I should be fighting for this? Even though I'm good here, I feel like I'm good here, but you're not making me feel good here. You get what I'm saying? So it was more of an emotional thing for me, even though that person went outside of what we're talking about and made it a thing. You get what I'm saying? So people go through it. I've heard men say, yo, I was in love with 2 women. Like, I love my wife, but like, there's this one girl that I always love all my life. I've heard it. He loved his wife. You can't say he's mad, still with his wife to this day, but said there's a part of me that yo, like, I'm gonna always love that girl. I'm gonna always be in love with that girl. I've heard it. You can't say it's not possible.
So then that's the one. That one he's talking about.
I feel like everybody who says that it's not possible is full of shit, and they're lying and saying, because everybody in this lifetime had to have been or felt something strongly for at least 2 people at one time.
If that's the one, listen. If
therefore people wouldn't cheat or people wouldn't have relationships.
About this woman, if he's saying that about this woman, then that's the one that can take him away from the person that he loves. So basically, in the back of his mind, you say he's still with his wife, whatever like that. But he always talks about this woman, so he's in love with that woman. So that woman has.
Does that mean that he doesn't love his wife?
Has love. In love. No, listen. See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying both. That's what I'm saying.
Let me take this call. Caller from the 469. State your name, where you calling from. You're on the Storm Warner Show.
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
Salute.
Peace. Thanks for calling in.
Roberto Cuesta.
Hi, that's my boy Roberto Cuesta. He's been a huge supporter.
Talk to us.
Good to hear from y'all. I got a question.
Yes.
Is being faithful outdated?
No.
Absolutely not.
With the right person, no.
Absolutely not. And again, that goes back to being in love. Because when you're in love, let me tell you the difference between just loving somebody and being in love with them. When you're in love with them, bro, again, you think about the consequences,
and you won't stray away.
And you won't stray away. Like, listen, is my actions that I'm thinking about,
physically or mentally? That's what I'm asking you.
Is my actions that I'm thinking about doing right now worth me losing this person that I'm in love with?
Right.
Once you start thinking like that, is it really worth me messing up what I have right now? And if you always go back to the, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm in love. I ain't trying to mess this up. That's how you know you with somebody that you truly want to be with and that you're truly in love. So my whole thing, to go back to your question, is being faithful outdated? Nah, bro. Nah, I don't think so.
My question is what the gentleman just asked the question. My statement is to that. Do you think you can build a foundation on top of that question? So if you're going to build a foundation, if you're going to build a foundation on from talking to intimacy, building a conversation, and making a statement, we're going to do this, we're going to ride or die chick, but we're we're gonna ride or die, because that's when it comes into effect.
A
We're gonna
woman
do
of
this thing
standards,
together,
morals and values,
as
etc.
partnership. Because when you do a partnership, that
Right.
means me and you.
No doubt, no doubt. And shout out to the caller again. State your name again, caller.
Roberto Cuesta.
I like that, bro. I like that. Thanks for calling into the show, man.
Bendiciones
Hear your voice
de
finally.
corazón, from the heart.
Bendiciones.
Salute.
And great,
Salute to you too.
Peace.
great question, by the way. Thanks
No
for calling
doubt.
in.
We got a lot of comments.
Shout out to Burnell Harrison on the check-in. Appreciate you,
Yes,
brother.
salute.
Thanks for coming in. Shout out to Darlene Williams on the check-in. Hey, Darlene, how you doing, fam? Thanks for checking in with us on the Storm Warning show. And that's a great question.
Yeah.
Can you be in love with two people at the same time? And see, that's where I disagree. So I hear some people saying you can be.
Yeah.
You can be. And I disagree because in love, when it comes to relationship, it trumps love.
That's what they say.
In love, it does. It trumps love.
Yes, we know. It's supposed to, but that's my whole point. That's why I said, yes, it trumps love, but when that person goes outside of that and ruins the whole foundation of what that's supposed to be, what do you think is going to happen? Especially if you're still in a situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, I found myself in a situation that I went from extremely happy and feeling so loved and all this other stuff to not feeling so loved and to feeling neglected and to feeling, jaded and feeling like disrespected and betrayed and all these things, but still stayed. Never went outside of it to say, oh, because you're doing this to me, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna act on it. You know what I'm saying? I was torn mentally, I was torn emotionally, but it wasn't like I was torn and I didn't know what I was feeling. I knew what I was feeling. Like, yeah, I love you, but you're an asshole. And you proved that you were an asshole because you went out and you cheated and you did things that were totally against you saying that you were in love with me. You get what I'm saying? So it could have been the other way around.
So we hear stories all the time,
That's what
right?
I'm saying.
So we hear stories all the time, like, these television shows or whatever, where somebody's been married for 20 years.
Yes.
In 10 of those 20 years, he had another woman across town.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to stay with his wife. Whatever, he had this other woman across town. They've been messing around. They've been together for 10 years or whatever like that. And he loved his wife.
Right.
But he loved her enough that he didn't want to leave her, but he still wanted to be with this woman. So what was it about this woman or whatever like that? And then come to find out, because I've seen situations like this. And then the dude was like, oh man, I just in love. Like, this woman has always been a part of my life. She's always been there for me, and blah 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 blah. The dynamics of me and my wife's relationship, it changed, and this and this and that, and whatever, and whatever. But I love her, and I don't want to let go. I don't want to do that to her. I don't want to let go. I don't want to hurt her, because that's where the factor comes in. Like, I'm still with her because I don't want to hurt her.
Right, but then you have to think about then how do you explain open relationships? You're talking about married people. Right? Married people that are now committed to one another. Married people. You took vows. You were in love with one another to the point where you said, I want to do this forever. But yet, it's okay for us to see other people and to bring other people into... I'm sorry, I keep doing this because I feel like there's something on my face. How do you explain that? So does that mean that these two people are not in love because they choose to have an open relationship?
They're not in love. They're not in love. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now.
I don't know what to say.
The ultimate test of love when it comes to relationship is monogamy. Right. The person that chooses and decides in their life that I'm gonna be with this one person, it is this one person, right? So, and even if you want to get biblical, or whatever, when a man chooses a wife and whatever, they become as what? One, not two. Not three, not four. They become as one. So my whole thing is we need to stop trying to justify our own selfish wants, all right, about wanting to be with more than one person,
right?
All right, in a relationship. Stop justifying that. You know what I'm saying? By saying, but if you look, no.
Yeah, of course, in a perfect freaking world,
it'll be you. Don't justify that.
You be what you want to be.
Just say you're not ready I respect you more if you say, I'm not ready to be with just one person. I'm not ready to settle down, whatever like that. I still got
that obviously wasn't the case for me. It was 10 freaking years.
My eyes are still wandering here, there, whatever like that. Just say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, I can't handle a monogamous relationship. All right. And it takes a strong woman, a strong man to be able to handle and endure a monogamous relationship and respect it. And see, that's the difference.
Victor said maybe marriage was just to get sexual satisfaction. For most people, they feel like getting married is to have the one person that you can constantly, and that don't even freaking work.
Some marriages don't even have sex.
Exactly. So that's I'm glad you said laugh out loud because that's not always the case. Because then when you get married, then everything stops.
It's more. Could I be honest with y'all? There's more sex going on when you're not married, whatever, because you feel you can do something with this one, that one, whatever like that.
Right.
And so my diseases and whatever like that. Right. So my whole thing is marriage, and I spoke to other married people. They said there's dry spells. You know, like I spoke to married couples because I knew we was going to have topics on this and whatever like that. And they said, we go through periods of dry spells, whatever. The dry spells up, then we back to, the physical part of it again, and then dry spells or whatever like that. And then life kicks in with marriages. You're talking about maintaining bills. You're talking about maintaining your dwellings, your house, whatever like that. Your children. Everything. You're talking about career responsibilities or whatever like that. And then you're talking about just the overwhelming fatigue of life setting in that sometimes slows you down. And so that's what I'm saying. We have to be realistic with stuff. We cannot expect that everything is going to be the same. It's going to be the same way as it was when we started. No, things are going to change. And that's the thing. We have to learn how, as adults, to accept change in any situation.
And I guess that answers your question, right, Vic? Because he asked, what are the benefits of juggling more than one person?
Man, it's too stressful.
Too much work. He said it's too much work juggling people.
Yeah, Vic, it's too stressful, bro. It's too stressful. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I got friends. I got guy friends,
That's
man,
what it should be,
that got like 3 or 4 side pieces.
That's just crazy. It's a lot of work.
And I'm like, bro, really?
How much you need?
and then they be like, yo, or hit me up or hit somebody else up, yo. No, you got $20, you got $40, you got $50. Why, bro?
Feed your broads.
And that's the thing. I'm not taking care of your wife and then your 4 other women that you're dealing with.
That's my skin peeling.
And that's just like saying you live in an apartment, you got a Lamborghini. How you gonna pay for a Lamborghini? You got an apartment because you've been more expensive than what you actually should be.
Demetri said, "Boo."
Oh, I know, Miss Polyamorous. Yeah, I'm just keeping it 100.
He said, "Boo."
Right now, listen. Right now, Demetri is living her best life.
She is,
and she's not going back and forth with me, man. You know what I'm saying? You living your best life. Right now, you just enjoying your cake and you're eating it too. And I know you hate that term.
I do. She said just because you can be monogamous doesn't mean that you're capable of being in love. That's very true. Definitely old school monogamous, Denise said, because we got mad comments over here.
Yeah, let's get some of these comments in, man.
I'm going from the bottom up because...
And we got a caller.
Okay.
Caller from the 518. State your name when you're calling from. You're on the Storm Morning Show.
Do you know who Jonathan Hills is?
We can't even hear you, bro. If you're gonna call in,
I said, do you know who Jonathan Hills is? Like Jonathan Hills. I don't know if you know him.
Jonathan Hill. Nah, break it down.
All right, so basically, he's a part of Ram Ranch. Ram Ranch.
Oh, you're bored. Okay, great.
Yo, if you're gonna prank, at least be funny.
Damn, that was
corny. Was so corny. Jeez.
Jesus.
He's like
laughing at himself.
Mad corny, yo.
You gotta be single, bro.
Jeez, yeah, he's single. He's single. You're not gonna find love.
Damn, that was harsh. I was trying to be nice about it.
I'm just saying, you're not gonna find love. Get some better jokes, bro. All right. Yeah, man. Come on. That was whack.
Wait, Norm, what you're talking about is just straight up cheating. Exactly, and that was my point.
What? What we talking about?
Whatever you were just saying prior to what the jerk that called, she said what you're talking about is just straight up cheating, and that's what I was saying.
Who's talking about cheating?
Demetri, you gotta remind us what he was talking about. What he said that triggered that comment. And Denise said, what are they accomplishing with all those women? Being a player, what is your fear of commitment, fellas?
Right.
So corny, caller. Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, whack cornball.
Juanita said
He
he
trying
was
to
corny.
he trying to call back in now.
He'll be all right.
Sorry. Good night, man. Go to sleep. You're not getting another one back in.
We had other
You've been
comments prior
blocked.
to all that.
Go to that teddy bear.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so shout out to everybody, man. Everybody says you corny, bro, so don't call it.
Okay, so Tracy Abram, here we go.
Okay.
Patricia said we have to decide that we are going to close doors.
Yes.
Okay, I get that. Juanita said, yes, Norm, if you are both still in love and not looking to be with anyone else, try going out instead of doing the same things you love doing. Do something different like shooting pool, playing golf. I can't be in love with two people. Somebody going to get the less end of the deal.
That's my whole point.
Right, but with
In love trumps that.
aspect, we're saying in love and being with two people, juggling two people. I'm talking about being mentally and emotionally in love with two people and actually realizing that that's what I was feeling. Well, all these things that we're talking about right now is in the aspects of cheating, or cheating or seeing two people at the same time, being intimate with two people. That's not what we're saying. I'm saying
that means you fill in the gap.
Right.
What you're not actually getting from one, you're gonna get from the other.
Right, and sometimes that happens, but you know, that's not necessarily what I was talking about.
You can't get comfortable with either one.
Right. Tracy said, I think you can love numerous people, but I honestly feel that you can only be in love with one person at a time because you only have one heart to give, but that doesn't mean that your heart doesn't do other things. I get it, Tracy, but I'm saying I gave you asked me a question. I'm being transparent in what I went through, so I'm giving you my honest.
Yeah, but
my aunt wasn't wondering for 10 years until he started being an idiot.
I'm gonna tell you,
and his eyes and his body and his soul and his intentions wandered outside of the relationship. I didn't. So there's a big difference there. Big difference. I didn't act upon what I felt. I felt it and I dealt with it and I fought through it and I tried to figure out what it was that I was feeling to understand. Is this what I want? Is this what I'm feeling? Do I have to let go of one and figure it out? And then when I did that, I got played. So at the end of the day, it wasn't like I cheated. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't go outside the relationship and betray him. It was all the way around. Yeah, so not for me, for his ass.
No doubt.
Demetria said, I feel like when you're in love with more than one at a time, I feel like when you're in love with more than one at a time, you love them differently, and it doesn't have to hurt. But honesty and communication is key to making it work. And Demetria said, "Norm, it is not crazy to be in love with two people at one time."
I'm not saying I get it. Let me tell you, I get matters of the heart. But the whole thing is, if still eventually, I don't care. Even if you have two people in your life that you think you're in love with,
right?
You're gonna love one more than the other, right? And that's that person that you're gonna realize, yo, I'm in love with this person. I love this person, but I'm in love with this person. All right, because again, I've seen it multiple times when with men that's married, with women that's married, or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, I'm not leaving my husband. Now on the flip side, I'm not leaving my husband because I'm in love with him. I may love this person because of the memories. And that's the thing too. We as adults, when we get into committed relationships, we have to sometimes, and I know this is hard, we have to learn how to shed memories. Yeah. We have to learn how to shed memories in order to move on and close out a situation. Caller from the 908. State your name where you calling from. You on the Storm Warning Show.
Hi, this is Miss Felicia calling. This is Juanita.
Hey,
Karen Howard Pounds.
Hey, Miss Felicia. Talk to me.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good.
Dave is doing good. What's up?
Well, I'm calling because I just wanted to give my opinion real quick. In my opinion, that when you are in love with someone, you accept their flaws. You accept everything that's wrong and right about them, but you work together and try to make things work for you. Because when you're in love with someone, you love them unconditionally.
Yes.
So that's all I had to say.
Oh, okay. That's true. And I agree with you on that. And it's funny because, again, man, it kills me how people try to justify wanting to be in multiple relationships or whatever like that. To me, there's really no justification. You know, like at the end of the day, somebody still, even if you're in multiple relationships, somebody's still going to trump the other one.
Right. And a lot of times we're pointing the finger at our spouse when it could be us. We're missing something in our life that's completing us instead of blaming it on them.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So
Now,
I just think when you're in love with someone, you have to accept them wholeheartedly
Yes.
and not and if you feel like you're not in love with them anymore, but you still love them, then like Patricia said, you have to close doors.
Right, absolutely.
You
And the only way that anybody can close other doors is if you get into a situation and like DT said, like, this is who I am, this is who I am. Are we gonna this is what it is, and we're gonna fight through every bit of communication, whether it be communication failures, intimacy, whatever it is that is supposed to hold a relationship together. Now when that starts
what did you say? Fight? Okay.
Yeah. And I have no problem. Like,
Yeah,
like,
you
like I
have
said,
to.
I'm
You
not
have
saying
to
that. I'm not
fight.
saying that it's completely not possible to be with one person, because like who doesn't want to be in love with one person? As long as you can always rise up to the occasion, and like we said, compromise. It's all about compromise. If you can't
Yes.
compromise in a relationship, relationships do not work. Without compromise, communication means nothing. Without compromise,
Right.
the
It has
sex
to be
means
both
nothing.
parties
Exactly.
fighting equally.
Exactly. And the minute that you slip, I don't care who you are, man, women or male, the minute that you slip on your side of your end of the bargain, trust me, you're leaving space for your spouse to be open to other situations, emotions, whatever it is, feelings, whatever case is. And that's what happened to me. And that's why I felt torn, because I'm like, I really just I left this situation to even figure out if this was even really meant for me for this. You get what I'm saying? So it happens sometimes.
Right.
It happens, and I've heard a lot of people say this.
I truly agree with you. I truly agree with you. But I speak for myself. I have never cheated on someone. I've been in a relationship where we broke up, we took a break, and then we got back together if that's what we both really wanted. But anytime I feel like, I mean, this is just me, because I'm a no nonsense person. So sometimes I run when I should stay and try to work it out. But I just leave sometimes. But the older you get, you learn to have that staying power, and you love that person unconditionally, and you stay and you work it out.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, look, Juanita, you breaking it down tonight. I'm loving this tonight, and we thank you for calling in. Real quick, shout out what's going on.
She don't do couples therapy for nothing.
Yeah, what's happening? What's going on November 10th and November 17th?
Okay, on November 10th and November 17th, Final Deceit stage play, Act 1.
Yes.
Well, Part 1, because it's a 2-part stage play. But we're presenting Part 1 November the 10th and November 17th. 2019, we're bringing in Part 2 of Final Deceit stage play. And I'm so excited about it. It's my baby project, so I'm excited.
Yes.
I hope Dave and Delisa is just as excited.
Oh, we are. We ready?
You see my work.
Yes, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
No doubt.
He said, "You see my work."
No, I'm saying you see my work. I'm talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I promote everything.
Yes. Oh, yes. And I forgot to remind you, Norman and Keisha, whenever you guys are talking about the play, they can go and get tickets on Eventbrite.
Oh, okay.
We need the link.
Okay.
You need to be putting
Okay,
that link in.
I'll send you the link.
In
fact, when I get off the phone, I'll post it in the comments.
There you go. Please. That's what you need to do in the Man Cave Morning Show as well. Post it.
Okay, in a minute. Okay. All right. Yes. Love you guys. See you guys Saturday.
Love you too.
Definitely.
Now back to this topic.
Yes.
It's crazy. I'm loving people's comments. I'm loving everybody's comments. Shout out to everybody on check-in. Demetrius said, "I'm happily married and happily committed. That's all I can say. I don't believe in cheating or dishonesty." And see, I get it within once you
it is being done. Honestly,
there's rules. There's rules and guidelines in a polyamorous relationship. So I get that. I get that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy, but it's all good. It's all good. Shout out to everybody on check-in.
Yes.
Let's read this other comment here I seen. Shout out to Robert Parham on it. Robert, what's good, fam? You got to come back on the show. All right, so now we're gonna go back to this other thing because I want y'all real vibes on this. Y'all honest vibe. Because y'all wasn't being honest before. Y'all wasn't sharing y'all stories. And I know y'all got some stories. So the main topic is, did you ever do something bad out of revenge to get back at someone? And I said mine earlier. Kiss said one of hers. I know she got more.
No, I don't.
I know somebody did something
I really don't.
to you, did some type of revenge stuff on you too. The flip side. Like you try to flip what I guess. Like what was the flip side?
Well, the thing is, I don't know if it was stupid as hell. I don't think that it was a revenge thing, but my first, like my first love, whatever you want to call it. After we stopped dealing with each other, whatever, like when we stopped talking or whatever, and messing around or whatever case was, I found out after that he was dating somebody that was a friend of mine from junior high school. So again, I don't know if it was a vindication kind of thing or if it was revenge, because there would have been no reason for him to get back at me because I didn't do anything to him per se. Right. But I thought that was kind of corny and stupid. You know that's my friend and you're gonna date her, and I'm like, really? And you're bringing her around, and I'm seeing that was hard for me because I'm like, why do I deserve to see this? And why would you pick her of all people to date? You couldn't. There's all these women around, all these girls. You go to my school and pick a girl that I'm actually cool with.
Right.
So again, it wasn't like we had a thing and we had a bad falling out. We were still cool. We were still friends. I still loved them to death, whatever the case was. But I just found that to be like the most asinine shit I've ever encountered in my life.
So let's be honest. How many of us feel like sometimes when somebody do something wrong to us, and let's be honest.
Yeah.
Everybody listening.
Yes.
You find out somebody played you out. They did something wrong to you, whatever. It makes you mad, makes you upset. How many people is like, oh man, I gotta get this person back.
I didn't.
I
didn't care after that.
Man, I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna get you. I'm not gonna let you get that off. How many of us go through that or have went through that? Let's be honest about it. And we think that's the resolve to it. The resolve is I'm gonna get you back. And my thing is I'm gonna be real talk. Now because I'm older, I'm like, karma gonna get you back.
Yeah.
Because one thing I realized about karma, it really does work.
Oh yeah.
Karma is really real. As much as y'all don't want to think about the universe and this and whatever you believe, you know what I'm saying? And karma is real and it will come back to you. Yep. So if you out there doing dirt for years, I knew a bully that I came up with in my years. Up people, he was robbing people, he was beating up people, knocking them out, taking their money, doing whatever like that, and thought it was cool, and everybody thought it was cool, whatever like that. And he met his demise the same way.
Wow.
The same way. God rest his soul, but he lived his life bullying people, beating them up, robbing them, whatever like that, doing this, attacking them, doing whatever like that, and then somebody got tired of it one day, and they came at him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I share that story because we go through life thinking we can do whatever we want, we can act however we want, we can treat people however we want, whatever like that. And there's a backlash to that. You know what I'm saying? Like karma will come at you eventually, and it's the same thing. Even with relationships. So even with a man that cheats on you, even with a woman that cheats on you or that do something wrong, whatever. Right? They cheated on you. They hurt your feelings. You crying, you boo-hooing. Oh, why he do that to me? I loved him. Why he do that to me? Years later, he get with this person that he really want to be with, that he's all in love with, and that he's crazy about, whatever like that. And then the next thing you know, he's coming home and he's seeing another man in his bed. All right, karma is real.
Yeah.
Or that relationship never works out the way he wants to. The woman that he ends up with, she may not cheat on him, but she's dogging him out. She's stressing him out. She's putting him through hell. She's taking all his money. She's doing whatever like that. I've seen this come back on people, man. So karma is real. So you got to really think about it. How you treat people is very important. That's why now at my point, my age in my life right now, I try to give out positive vibes and positive energy. And I always think about something before I do it. I always think about the consequences. And I keep reiterating that. We got to think about the consequences of our actions before we do something now. And y'all need to think about that. You know, and sometimes our desires take over. Like, F the consequences. I want this.
Right.
Or I want that. Yo, you got to think about it and say, you know what? Nah, because you know why? I would not want that done to me.
Yep.
And that's what we got to think about. And hold on, we got to read some comments. Shout out to everybody on checking. No doubt, Juanita Towns, Karen Hartstown said, all you have to do is sit back and wait. Yes, with karma, it's real. Shout out to Dennis Beverly. You reap what you sow. No doubt, my dude. Denise Sparrow, karma is real. Yes, it is, Denise. No doubt. She said, preach no. No, I'm just keeping it 100, Denise. And, you know, people don't, man,
Dennis is stupid. He said it must be getting too real because the viewers started dropping. He's an idiot. I can't tell.
Yeah, well.
Exit stage
it
left.
is. Or because it's late at night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, at the end of the day, just on Facebook, you gotta remember, we're on WBKS1.com right now. I use Facebook really as a comment tool, whatever, but we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, Periscope, the TuneIn app, whatever like that. So there's other platforms, you know. This is just so we can get comments from people that are close to us, whatever.
Dorothy Norman said what goes around comes around.
Absolutely.
Oh, they popping in. Jesus. Hold on. She said, what goes around comes around. Denise Barrow said, I send out positive messages from Monday through Friday to carry you through the weekend. Absolutely. Demetrius said, when I was younger, I had a crush on this guy, but he friend-zoned me because I was a fat girl. And after months of just being his friends, called himself falling in love with me. One day he came by my house to express his feelings to me. And when, oh, dang it. Hold on, because everybody's popping in. To express his feelings to me. When he was done, I left him sitting on the car. And went in the house. Hold on. You know, I need my eyes. Jesus.
I see you breaking out your specs, too.
She went in the house and called my boyfriend. When he pulled up to my driveway, I walked out of the house in my best outfit and got in the car and left him sitting there in the driveway looking like a damn fool. Juanita just put the link in for finding the seats to purchase the tickets on Eventbrite. So everybody click the link, support, get your tickets.
Yes, come out
and
see
Denise
the final.
Says she subscribed to YouTube.
No doubt.
Thank
you, Denise. All of y'all need to start subscribing to YouTube because in a month or so, all our shows you're gonna have to watch them on YouTube, which is a great thing. YouTube is actually a better platform.
Yeah.
Or our fan page, our BKS1 Radio Network fan page. Make sure you subscribe to that. That's on Facebook. Just go in your search and put BKS1 Radio Network and become a part of that, whatever. It will no longer be on my personal fan page, my personal page.
Right.
All right, so make sure. Again, we're on multiple platforms. BKS1 Radio is 24 hours a day. Once we finish this show, it goes back to the 24-hour music play with various DJs from all across the country. So make sure you check out WBKS1.com.
Yeah. Just want to read Prince Geo said people grow. He was replying to what you were saying earlier. People grow. Facts, I hear that, Brody. Yes, indeed. People are so focused on the now.
Right.
That's why people can't, progress and move forward and what you were talking about earlier.
No doubt. So, if some people is on that revenge tip,
yeah.
When we talking about karma, we're going to try to help you out right now. So, again, 5 reasons revenge does not work. All right, let's go with reason number 1.
You almost never get the results or outcome you're looking for. In a wonderful world, we'd be able to take revenge on bullies like my daughter getting her hands on the kid who's picking on her and bullying her in school. I'm pretty sure she could mop the floor with this kid, given the opportunity. On the other hand, she'd probably get expelled, and the little rotter probably wouldn't learn anything anyways. So no matter what, have many times she repeated the process.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Number 2.
2 says, revenge eats your soul. Think about it. How much time are you gonna go spending sitting around plotting ways to get even with somebody? And how do you really feel when you end up getting it? I would argue that it really eats your soul from the inside out and will destroy you over time.
Gotcha. Number 3.
Revenge destroys your pocketbook. Chances are, if you break something, you're gonna get caught and made to pay for it. So you'll be lawyering up and paying for that expense, plus any other expenses that go with it, leaving you broke. Think of couples you've known who have gotten into super nasty divorces. The lawyers are perfectly happy to keep taking your money until you don't have any more of it left. That doesn't mean that the problem is solved. It just just that you get to argue about it longer.
There's no doubt. And number 4.
Cuatro says, you're going to develop a reputation. Remember that it is very easy to develop a reputation for something, even something trivial or stupid, and that can follow you around for years. There was one guy in my negotiation class who had a high rate of no deals and was really difficult. Comments about that class are still following him around a year later, and that was just a single class and a relatively harmless and set of incidents. So think about it. If reputations are easy to develop, you get a reputation for being a revenge-seeking person. How many people are going to want to work with you or hire you? Remember that the world is a very small place. Things go around and come around in the weirdest ways. What may be sweet now may come back to you tomorrow to bite you in the tail.
And last but not least, number 5.
Ooh, my neck. We have a limited amount of time. How are you going to spend it? Bitter, getting back at someone, or moving on with your life and dealing with whatever is handed to you? I have found that just shaking it off and moving forward, not dwelling on past slights or annoyances, is far better than dwelling in the past and wallowing in it. Sure, we all have to deal with things in our lifetime. Life is too short to spend it dwelling on ways to make other people miserable, because you will just make yourself miserable and unhappy. Think about it. Is that sweet revenge really worth it? I'd argue that it's not. Not for your soul, not for your long-term happiness, and not for your pocketbook.
No doubt. All right, so with that being
and
said,
not for your neck when I read like this. Gotta get it over here.
We hope some of the things we dropped about revenge help some of y'all that's thinking about going out there and getting at somebody that got at you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's other ways to deal with it. Sometimes you got to let go.
Yeah.
And let God.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
You already know what it is, man. We want to thank everybody for joining us on the Storm Warning Show. We coming back tomorrow morning, the Man Cave Morning Show. You already know what it is. So make sure y'all tune in. Y'all check us out and everything. And again, our mantra here at BKS1 Radio is definitely never about us. It's always about you. Because what? You are the next best kept secret. We love y'all, man.
And appreciate y'all.
Love y'all.
I'm gonna save y'all comments. We're gonna read them next time.
Oh yes.
Because they were still trickling in.
Was they?
Yeah.
Well,
revenge. Okay, so Gio said revenge does not work when the heart is broken to begin with. Victor said revenge is stooping to their levels. You know better than them. You submit to the malice instead of being mature and moving forward. You heal and show you can overcome. Best revenge is victory and forgiveness.
No doubt.
Amen.
No doubt.
Love you guys.
You already know what it is, man. Love y'all. Peace and blessings. See y'all in the morning. Man Cave Morning Show.
10 a.m. or later. You know how we do.
11
when we log on,
11
we'll be
o'clock.
on. 11 o'clock.
All right. Man Cave Morning Show.
Love you guys. Appreciate you. Every time we get close to it, trying to get him to the last word in.